What's up, Gemini? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That is me. My name is Annie. Happy to have all you Geminis out there. This is going to be oh my god, it's September. It's September. Bananas. This is going to be your September monthly. So I'm going to say 75%-ish is going to be career and finances. We'll throw in some love messages at the end. The reason for that being I typically do almost weekly love messages. So if you're looking for something more extensive on love, feel free to check all those out. My readings don't really have a timestamp attached to them. It's kind of just what the energy presents. So if the energy is present in a spread, you can utilize that to your advantage whenever, however, wherever you want. That's up to you. You will always be in the driver's seat. All right, Gemini, so per my usual spiel, these are general messages here on YouTube. Not everything I say will resonate with every Gemini out there. Welcoming you all to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, knowing in advance, if it's not your message, you don't need to take away that energy. You don't need to act on those messages. Take away messages that you feel are for your best and highest good, that inspire you, motivate you, empower you, confirm something you're thinking or feeling. That's all great. That's sort of what I'm hoping you get out of this. But if not, don't be offended, first and foremost, but also check back another week. Check another tarot reader. Shop around, right? Not everything will be your message in a general reading, okay? Those are my boring rules. Ooh, starting off with a victory. I like that. You're celebrating something with confetti. That's a Leo card. Love it. That's my general spiel. Everything else about this video will be down in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram.com. If you want to book a personal, that's all down below. I keep it real informal. Just shoot me an email. That's all down below if you want a personal. Other than that, let's hop in. You had a few cards come right out. So, starting with career and finances from my Gemmy Gems. All right, so it wouldn't be a Gemini reading. I was about to say, if you didn't get the 9 of Wands or Swords, and you have them both. So let's not freak out. These are difficult energies, but, you know, in a higher vibration, 9s are the closing out of a cycle. With 9 of Wands, a lot of work has already been put into use or put forward. Now it's like, I don't know if there's a questioning on acting on something. Sometimes the 9 of Swords can just be the anxiety. I heard waiting game. Some of you may be waiting to hear the results of something, maybe on a job or something like that. But the Wounded Warrior with 9 of Wands, it's the anticipation of, it's anticipated dread, but before you freak out, Gemini, I think it's your, for lack of a better wording, looking at the glass half full. You're not anticipating all the beautiful opportunities that could come out of whatever this is. Yeah, I'm getting that the waiting is the most difficult part. And yes, I am reading for career and finances, but certainly if it applies in another avenue in your life, I mean, you know, maybe you're awaiting medical results or something that, again, it's like the sense of dread is overpowering the higher vibration you could be projecting. FYI, under this, like, oh my God, what are they going to say? What's going to happen? Will I find a job? You have a victory card in it. So that is very positive along with this. These are 2 cards indicating victory, reasons to celebrate. So Gemini, fuck yeah, this is awesome. We just got to figure our way like through this. It's almost like a little minefield and things keep popping up and you're like, oh shit. It's almost like you're withdrawing or retracting too soon. Yeah, it's like you're anticipating the explosion, but I just keep wanting to say it's not as bad as you think it is. So hopefully that comes as a sense of comfort to you. Yeah, the Chariot is about moving forward, balancing of our dark and our light energies. With 9 of Swords, you're giving up your power to your thoughts, and not only your thoughts, your negative thoughts, right? The swords are down. They're pointed down. They're not upright, channeling messages from a higher vibration. You're in a room, you're crying, you got your blankie, like it's dark, you're an insomniac, you know, things of that sort. There's a need to sort through the thoughts and understand what is fictitious, what is imaginary, and where's the actual truth, where's the actual proof, right? Yeah, 9 of Wands is, I'm sort of getting the anticipation of attack, or the anticipation of dread, the anticipation of defeat. Universe is saying, are you kidding? No, like this, again, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not predicting everybody's scenario here, but generally speaking, I would say, hell yeah. If you're asking me a yes or no question, if this pops up, I would say absolutely yes. So again, that's not going to be every single thing in your life, but there's a positive outcome on something that you're very worried about. You're very stressed. Maybe there's a lot of competition for a job that you want, in which case I would say, well, all eyes are on you. You may be the strongest competitor and not even know it, Gemini. So okay, here's what this is. For a lot of you, you're going to have to let something go that you're not excited about in order to welcome in this victory or this blessing. Underneath this dread or this anticipation, you're thinking about what you're going to have to lose to accept something, but universe is saying flip the switch or flip the perspective. Think of all you can gain by going after this opportunity. Maybe it scares you. Maybe it involves a lot of travel. Maybe it would be working with strangers. Maybe it would be, I don't know, maybe you're working with children and you've never done that before, right? There's something about it where you're like, I'm literally getting you like cradling and rocking back and forth, like really kind of severe depression or, again, anxiety for a lot of you. Because for most of you, there's very positive results coming in. Again, opportunities for travel are going to be important for some of my Geminis. Makes sense, right? That is in a sense the third house, right? That's you. 5 of Cups says crying over spilled milk. Yeah, something's going to need to be tossed out. And I'm using that term lightly. I'm not necessarily saying that's a person, right? But maybe you're in a relationship and it's kind of, this is saying something about it isn't emotionally satisfying. But again, in career and finances spread, maybe you get an opportunity that's kick-ass and you're like, well, this is awkward. Like, how am I going to tell my person? Or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's leaving your best friend. Maybe it's needing to take a job away from your family. And under that is 10 of Cups. Exactly. There is such a positive vibe to this if you could only get out of your own way, Gemini. And I don't at all ever mean to offend. I know that's a little bit of tough love, but I mean, you're Gemini. You guys can take it. I know you appreciate the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. The straight shooter of it, right? This is saying whatever you're anticipating or dreading, it's not to say your feelings aren't valid, but you need to get out of the lack mentality of everything you're going to lose by taking the wonderful opportunity. What about everything you're going to gain? This is essentially saying to me, what you're going to lose is the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is like what I call my total eclipse of the heart. It's a little bit dramatic, as can the 9 of Swords can be too. It can be lost in your thought of just like, it's the end of the world. What am I going to do? Universe is saying, all right, Gemini, make the choice. Do you want the 5 of Cups? Do you want the in-between settling type of love? Creativity, if your job involves creativity, it's like, you may get asked occasionally for your input. This, like 10 of Cups is saying, it's the whole damn thing. It's the whole kit and caboodle. It's the 10, right? It's generational. It's potentially long-lasting. And if Cups, money flow, are indicative of money flow in this reading, right? I mean, this is just me. I think I'd go for the 10 of Cups over the 5. I mean, just look at the difference in the depiction. You know, maybe you're going to have like a cozy little work buddy. And this 10 of Cups is such a card of family. Are you getting involved in the family business, or are you joining a workplace where it feels like home? It feels like your work fam, right? So to say. Yeah, so it doesn't come without a little bit of contemplation. And I think finally making that difficult decision of pouring out what is no longer needed. Maybe it involves taking a risk of some kind. Maybe, okay, so for a lot of you with this card coming up, Virgo season no less, it is a Virgo card. This is the Hermit, solitude. Are a lot of you independent workers, entrepreneurs, contractors, right? It's like you control the money flow for your family, and maybe a lot of you are venturing away from a group of people, and it's not to say you didn't love working with them, but it's like you've heard the calling elsewhere. This is like a spiritual awakening. A focus on the internal, what it is that truly makes you happy, your wants, your needs, your desires. It's a very independent spirit. I really like this card. And again, in a career spread, frequently the Hermit indicates going rogue, going solo, doing something independent. Maybe you asked for a raise, or maybe you asked for a title change and you were denied, and so it's like, all right, well, nice knowing you. But obviously then there's a part of you that isn't certain about leaving, but it's certainly passed through your brain, so to say. Gemini, all right. I love that you have 10 of Cups. You have the Battle Wagon, which is the Chariot in this card, by the way. Again, a card of Cancer and Virgo. Cancerian and Virgo energy so far are pretty prominent. And you do have a little bit of Leo energy here, as well as Cancer, and possibly a little bit of Sagittarius for me as a reader. So let's keep going through this. So up around the bend, I think if you were to go forward on this opportunity, Whether, and this is important, guys, whether it has to do with being extended an offer or not, or whatever, again, the title change, the salary gain, whatever, just by taking the action and going in that direction, I'm just keep being called to say, whether you get approved or denied, there's something around the bend that's going to bring you a huge amount of peace of mind, a sense of calm. And for a lot of my Geminis, that's exactly what you need. With this coming up, this feels exhausted. Like, I'm not sure how much longer I can do this. How much longer I can maintain these kind of dark or negative thoughts in my head. Like, this is like, it's becoming laborious, having to carry around this burden for a long time. Some of you may be nurses or work in some sort of like the not medical industry, but you know what I mean. It's something where it's like you're constantly having to cater to those who are ill or weak or sick. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. So if that's the case, if it's not so much your energy of dread or anticipation, you work with people who are like that or feeling that, maybe it's a very stressful, tense work environment right now, right? It's saying to me, if it's not you who's doing that, other people's energy is it's just there and you're absorbing it. Particularly for any of my customers who have strong Cancer in their chart, water signs are like a sponge for people's energy. You may not even realize it, but you're absorbing what is around you. So if you're not working in an environment that feels like home and all cozy and the work fam, if you're working with people and at the end of the day you're just like out of gas, it's almost like the universe saying you got to check who you're hanging out with. It's not to say you can't be nice or friends with them, but you need to protect your energy. Protect your cup, right? Your heart, your creativity. Also, your dreams and goals. Mum's the word right now, especially on job opportunities, I'm being told to say. If you're currently at a place of business and looking elsewhere, shh. Even to your best friend, avoid the chitter chatter. Yeah, especially in Virgo season, I'm getting it would not be wise to discuss your career goals with really anyone but yourself and maybe, your spouse or, whoever is obviously very trustworthy or whatever. Yeah, I mean, even with your boss, I would hold off on sharing that news as long as you possibly could if there was like a departure in your future, which, I mean, I think there will be just for a lot of you. For a lot of you, this involves leaving home. Now, again, that doesn't have to mean the literal sense. Leaving the home, the group, the people who feel like home, the ones who feel like your family, those certainly, if you're making more money, maybe you're moving into a new home. Sorry, camera focus issues. There we are. You may be literally moving from your one place of business to another, but it may also, either way, maybe you're moving back home with your family. Maybe you're moving into a new home. Maybe you're getting your first apartment. Maybe there's movement and travel here. So I will say for some of you, you may be getting a job where your commute, for lack of a better term, increases. But I do think this job will make you happy. So I know, majority of people don't love a long commute. That might be in your future, but what I'm getting with 10 of Cups is it's probably worth it. And use your own judgment, right? But that I do see a lot of travel, especially with these cards too. But again, Queen of Cups, the Queen of love, creativity, spirituality, intuition. This is saying to me, Gemini, like, you already know the proper course of action. You already know the route to take. So if you're watching this just for confirmation, I feel like you probably have it already. But if you don't, stick around. We'll keep pushing through this. But yeah, there's a sense of calm around the corner. I'm sort of getting, if you've been taking care of other people emotionally, financially, whatever that is, maybe that's literally your job is hospitality or something like that. It's time for a role reversal where you start getting taken care of now, where you no longer have to be the captain of the ship, or you don't have to be the mommy, the mother, the nurturer of the workplace. And, if you enjoy that role, that's fine. But I guess it's saying there's more, for a lot of you, there's a more defined line of what is in your job title versus what isn't. You may have had to been very flexible the last several months about covering for other people, taking on new responsibilities. In this next job, there's a very defined line, but there's also room for creative input. For a lot of you, you may be joining a startup or something new where something isn't set in stone. There's flexibility to make this environment very exciting, very fun, group-oriented type stuff. So again, that might be a different message for those who are going rogue independent, right? But it could also represent the clients or the people you're going to be dealing with in your job or whatever. I just like all these cards. I mean, just visually alone, they look very beautiful. They look very pretty. They look exciting. There's a sense of pride, of accomplishment, but there's also a humbleness with the Queen of Cups. There's, it's not the Queen of Wands, right? She's not like the show-off fiery queen. And, not hating on the Queen of Wands, but there's an ease to this. Like, you're able to take a deep breath and like, feel things again. I don't know why that's so important, but it is. A lot of you haven't been allowing yourself to feel things, and so you may be having like emotional upsets that seem to come out of nowhere because you've been bottling it up inside. Again, it feels like you've had to be the rock, you've had to be the strong one, and something about this, whatever this, I do want to say new opportunity is, or something better that comes along, even if you're staying in the same workplace or the same role. There's a peace of mind, there's a calming, there's an ease factor about it. And for a lot of you, it does involve creativity. Now, this is sort of, I don't know if it's contradictory, but an element of being in the limelight. I don't know if you're like the center hub of who helps people out. But again, I want to say, even if that's true, even if you're at the secretary desk taking phone calls and doing this and that, there is a sense of peace. It's like you know that the people around you trust you, and so you're not burning the candle at both ends. It's not to say it will be boring, but I'm being called to say it's going to be a different pace than what you're used to. So for some of you, that's going to increase in the pace, not pace, the fast pace, the slow pace. For a lot of you, it feels slower. It feels more leisurely, again, calming. There's a peace of mind. I like that message a lot. And so here's the thing. It's not going to start off fast. If you are looking for something very fast-paced, particularly if you work in sales, if you're looking to just cash in, that's not going to happen instantly. It's not to say there won't be celebrations and small milestones along the way. You may get promotion early into it, or some cause for celebration, and this is attached to you being in that space or in that job. But both these, this is the Knight of Wands. Typically one of the fastest moving knights in the deck. Do you see how it's shown in this? It's just kind of going down the road, going up the road a pace or two, but it's easy, it's slow, it's calming. Something about your breath work, taking a deep breath in and out. So some of you will be relieved to know that you're leaving a workplace behind that stresses you the fuck out. It seems like whatever this opportunity is, the pacing is going to be either just right or possibly Gemini, knowing the Gemini personality. You guys are very like, get shit done. Like, let's accomplish things. What do I got to do? Let's get it done. And next, there's not the same timeline that you're used to. So I will say this. You may be a little bit bored, but you're going to be making more to be bored. That's really what this says to me. Or you're going to be in a job that you enjoy much more, but the pacing of it I don't know if it's going to work for you or against you. That's going to be different for every single person out there. But I can tell you going into this job, the pace of it is very, very easy. I'm sorry, I know I'm repeating myself, but that was important. There was a reason why I was harping on that. A lot of you may be working alongside a Cancer. I think that's true for a lot of you. You're going to have a good buddy who has at least very strong Cancer in their chart. Yeah, and it seems like you're going to be the newest one to join the group. And especially if you worked in a previous job where there was a lot of shadiness, there was a lot of mean girl energy, there was a lot of backstabbing, there was a lot of head games played, you are putting that behind you. So actually, this is funny. This is universe checking some of my Geminis, like, that chapter, we are done with that, Gemini. Like, do not bring that into this workplace because it doesn't belong here. And so with that, here's why I'm saying that. 5 of Swords is rough, right? It's winning at all costs. You're in the clear. You're walking away from that. But I will say, Gemini, you'll know if this is you. If you participated in this mean girl, chatty, competitive, ruthless, savage, winning at all costs, if you bring that into your new environment or your new team, your new whatever, you are going to be isolated on an island on your own very fast because that shit will not fly. Again, why? Because you're coming into a new family. There's already an established family dynamic of we love each other and we care about each other and we support each other. I'm almost getting it's very kind of like a touchy-feely environment, not in a creepy way, but a very it feels like your family members. So, and I don't mean to attack you, but this is important. If you're coming from an environment that was very savage, that was very every man out for himself, again, constantly having to check behind your back, look over your shoulder in fear of attack, anticipation. This is the wounded warrior, right? It's saying that chapter is done, so don't let that mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy you're carrying around, don't bring that to your next workplace, or else you're going to be an island on your own. They don't want that here. And to me, it's a very positive message, but it's important to instill in you none of the bullshit. None of that comes into this new territory. It's like, don't poison the well. Don't sour the water. Keep it fresh. Keep it clean. Keep it fun. Gemini, this sounds good. I like these cards. All right, so then what's going on here? This is probably a new message for some of you. Let's see. So again, some of you are afraid to leave a job behind because you're going to miss someone there. A lot of you are going to take this new opportunity with, I'm just going to call it like the family. Whatever this new workplace is where it seems very positive, very strong. Again, the pace may be a little bit slow, however you want to say it. A lot of you may actually get an offer while you've just started this new job, or while, again, you've taken on the new leadership, whatever this opportunity is that seems very awesome. I like it a lot. While you're there, even if you're only a day or two in, you're going to get another knock on your door, so to say, or another letter in the mail, or another job offer is going to come along for you. Or opportunity, if it's not, a job offer. But yeah, wow, Gemini, you're going to be all set. Then you have 8 of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards. It's a high money card, right? The 8, 9, 10, you're on your way. So here's the thing. There is the first opportunity. I don't know what else to call it other than I'm just going to call it the family one. You guys get what I mean? We've covered this a lot. There's this first opportunity that comes along. Then you're going to get a second knock on your door for another opportunity, which, again, 6 of Wands says victory. It's positive. There's good news there. Good news is arriving. This, if it is another job opportunity or whatever it is, it's saying it probably won't have the same freedom as the first one. This one, you would have to prove your skills a little bit. This is like the artisan, the apprentice. You would need to fine tune your craft a little bit more. You're probably a little bit, I wouldn't say fish out of water, but something about this job would take a little bit of okay, I got to study this a little bit more. I got to hit the books or whatever it is. There would be someone checking in on you more frequently, but it would be a fantastic opportunity for mentorship. If that makes sense to any of you. It probably won't pay you quite as much as the first one. The pace will keep you very busy though. So there is a nice contrast or a good yin and yang. This feels like, I'm not saying it lands in your lap, but it's an opportunity where when they offer it to you, I think it pays very well, or you're given a position that is either very high up or in charge of many people. The queen, right? Do you understand what I mean? There's an element of this job where it's regal, it's noble. Again, in the spotlight, there's something where even if it's not fame or celebrity, it's among your peers, your coworkers, you are seen very much. You play a very active role. Here, it feels like you are working behind the scenes for a greater good, for a larger company. Again, it probably doesn't pay as well, but universe is saying don't write it off entirely. In fact, look at her, right? Think about it, because there may be something that this job offers to you that the other does not. And for a lot of you, it's it has to do with gaining a greater grasp of knowledge, mentorship, working side by side someone or along someone who could really kind of show you the ropes. Does that make sense? Sort of like an internship. I don't really think it's strictly an internship or without pay. It's lower, I don't even want to say a lower level, because that's not making it sound good enough. And it is good with this card coming up. There's huge potential for growth here, but it doesn't come all at once. Again, you would have to the proof is in the pudding. You would have to prove your skill a little bit and do some I don't know if you would have to do training for this job or some on-site. I'm almost getting someone walking around with a clipboard and giving you warms and cools, giving you feedback, especially something to do with sales. There may be certain quotas you have to meet, or it might be a little bit more stressful. but not this type of stressful, not whatever you're coming from, or again, the fear that you're projecting onto this opportunity of, well, I'm out of my depth and I won't measure up and I don't know how to do this. They're saying like, no, like the 6 of Wands, like you're going to be fine. You're going to be more than fine. And FYI, you guys have the 6 of Wands coming up in both opportunities. So Gemini, this looks pretty damn good. For those wanting to know about money, let's throw some money cards your way. Money is kind of a fickle subject for tarot cards. I'll do my best, but flat out, here's what we're looking for, right? For career and finances, I want to see milestone cards indicating good money. So I want to see 6 of Wands, right? I want to see 4 of Wands. In terms of coins, right? The Pentacles, I want to see 10 of Pentacles. I want to see 8 of Pentacles. I want to see 9 of Pentacles. I would even take 4 of Pentacles, right? Anything that gives me a peek at finances, stability, are things improving, or the opposite, but let's not put that out there. Let's see what the universe has to say. For Geminis, okay, wondering about money. The Magician, absolutely positive, right? The conductor of energy, the creation, right? It's Mercury energy. Again, it's your energy. It's Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. Did I say that right? The Magician, sorry, is Gemini and Virgo energy. It's fast-paced. So this is saying to me, anybody involved in a career that has to do with writing, science, particularly science fiction, technology. Watch out for technology snafus. But yeah, overall, that's a very positive card. It's like you are the master manifester. You are the maker of your destiny. With this, there's an element of fake it till you make it. And it's not to say that you're getting away with anything shady, but if you're getting into a job where you are the lower man on the totem pole, fake it till you make it. Feign the confidence. Don't sink into this like, I can't do it, I don't know how. It's like, tell yourself that you can. And mental energy, right? The mind. Don't sink into a dark state of mind. Raise your vibration, and even if you have to feign confidence, come in very confident. Tell yourself every morning, I can do this, I can do this. Side note, I actually love seeing the devil in a career and finances spread, unless it's indicating oppressive abuse of power, which it could. Generally speaking, it's not, because it's a Capricorn card, right? Capricorn, the 10th house, money, public image, career and finances. Capricorns are kick-ass workers. Capricorns are like, they show up, they do the work. Generally speaking, don't complain about it. They're the mountain goat, right? They're constantly just ascending higher and higher up the mountain. So yeah, okay. Boom. Gemini, you're going to be fine. 3 major arcana. Again, major players, major jobs, major opportunities, major salary gains, right? You had the Emperor. The Devil I did shuffle back, but maybe we should have taken him. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, and then headed to brighter shores, to smooth waters. A lot of you are coming out of a situation that was helter-skelter. It really stressed you out. The waves, the emotions were rocky. It was not stable. It was not steady. It made you anticipator or anxious, fearful. You're headed to smooth sailing. It's crystal clear. You're almost in the clear, like a few more strides and you're at the victory line. Again, the Emperor, card of Aries, the leader, the one in control, the one who builds the empire. And he didn't get there all by sunshine and rainbows. He wears his battle armor. He's had to go to the mattresses. He's had to go to war a few times, right? It's made him tough. Again, something about the tough exterior with Cancerian energy, the crab shell. Maybe some of you strongly resonate with Cancer, or you're going to be working with one, or an Aries, or a fellow Gemini, Virgo, or Capricorn. Major key collaborators there for you. But yeah, finances are soaring. They're going up for you. And I literally can hear some of you going, when? I can't tell you when. I can try, but it won't be accurate. Tarot works on your own timeline. Tarot shows you the energy that is present, and then it hands it off to you and says, okay, what do you want to do with it? Do you understand what I mean? I can tell you next week. Will it help you to hear next week? I can tell you 2 years, but what does that do for you, right? And I don't mean that as a cop-out, but tarot is not about timelines. It's about taking energy and ideas and utilizing it to the best of your ability and kicking ass in your own way with it. I truly believe that, guys. So 6 weeks with the 6 of Wands 3 times, something significant in 6 weeks. That's what I'm being told to say. But again, make that 6 weeks, use it to your advantage. Whatever you want to accomplish, what you can accomplish. Yeah, you have blessings coming your way. You're going to get a phone call, a phone interview, or again, something involving technology. Maybe you're going to be selling phones or selling home theater systems, or do you know what I mean? This deck, this is the Knight of Cups. So again, Knights bringing change and movement into our life. You already have several. You have several people on horseback. Maybe you're going to be horseback riding to work. No, maybe you'll be working with animals or doing something with, I don't know, something with horses. I don't know. Is that a pastime? Is that a hobby of yours? Knights bring change and movement. And again, Knight of Cups is about lucrative money opportunities. Queen of Cups. A lot of you may be involved in a career that involves creative use of your words. I know that sounds kind of weird, but with Mercury right next to it, yeah, our thoughts, our analytical mindsets are, something about, I have to come up with the word here. What is it? It's something about factoring certain things out, whittling it down. Maybe that has to do with your job opportunity or something you do in your career. You have a large pool of something and you have to separate what isn't useful. So you're getting the main whatever of it. Maybe that's crops. Maybe that's people. Maybe that's... Yeah, it's whittling down a larger number into something small and using your analytic mind, but it could be literally analytics on the computer or whatever, to do it. Something about that is important here too. Yeah, and something about think on it. Don't rush into any decisions. But don't be worried that you're going to make, don't be worried that you're going to make the wrong decision, because you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Empress coming up. Both these cards, any two in tarot, it's talking about decision making, right? The thoughts, the money, what are we weighing here and there, who we're working with, what we're working with, how long is our commute, what are the health benefits. There's things to weigh out here. This is saying by not acting on it, by delaying action, that's the only wrong decision, because no matter what you go towards, you have the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. Fantastic money cards. And again, if we're almost viewing this from like a love and romance perspective, the Emperor and the Empress are a pair. They're the perfect match. So if one represents you and the other represents your job, it's like you're going where you were meant to be, Gemini. Destiny, fate, fortune, right? Don't question it. If the phone rings, pick it up. Right? Don't like silence it and have them leave a message because you're too nervous. It's almost like show up to the call. Prove, as I said, fake it till you make it. If you're not confident about something, there is an element here of feign confidence, because you'll get there. You'll get there. Practice makes perfect. Gemini, this is a fantastic reading. I'm glad I did you first because it got me in a good place to do these financial readings. Admittedly, I don't love reading career and finances. I think just because it's a little bit boring for me as a reader, but people love them, so I'm happy to do that. But let's talk about love, yeah? Let's see your love life. How are we doing for time? Ooh, you got a long one, Gemini. Is anyone still out there? Is anyone still watching this? Tell me about Gemini's love life. Again, this is going to be short. This is going to be quick. Gemini, looking for love in Virgo season. Start me off with some messages. What can we tell Gemini? Pisces. You're going to be joining worlds with a Pisces, or a Capricorn for that matter. 10 of Cups. Beautiful. And the Magician again. Yeah, so this Magician, Virgo or Gemini, you may have a romantic suitor who you end up working with, if that makes sense for any of you, right? Yeah, for others of you, there's someone, I'm getting it's written in the stars. It's just hanging out in the sky, under the stars in the solar system. You may go on a date where you like stargaze, or you look up at the stars with your date. No, for a lot of you, there's a new offer with a Pisces to join worlds, to become married, 10 of Cups. So it might be someone you're already dating, but if you don't get married, you're taking it to the next level, where maybe if you're casually dating, there's some sort of offers like, hey, like, so do you want to make this a thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's making it exclusive. For a lot of you, there could be new love again with a Pisces, a Gemini, or a Virgo that you haven't met yet. But you have 10 of Cups in the world. These are all fantastic cards, Gemini. I'm really digging this. Also, I'm being called to say Libra. Something with a Libra. But the Libra might be married. Okay. So then what's this? Who's defensive? Look at this card. Golden Girls Tarot. How cute is that? All right, let's see. So what's the 7 of Wands about? Everything's good. And not to say that isn't. 7 of Wands is about endurance. It's about, again, faking it. If you're not feeling confident, if you're struggling, it's like don't show face. you do have the higher ground in this card, right? All these wands, these obstacles, these people coming at you, you stand above the rest. Oh, okay, so this is actually more of a cute message in that the way others view you is much better than almost how you view yourself. And I'm not trying to criticize. I mean, if anything, it's a boost for your confidence, but I'm sort of getting that you yourself tend to think that you blend in or you go unnoticed, and universe is saying that's not true. Other people put you on a pedestal. Also, you're being asked, oh, this is very important, Gemini. Who are you putting on a pedestal? That is the little pirate. They're the little thief. They're the one that stole your heart. But they're in it for the booty, right? The pirate's booty. For a lot of you, you put as this is showing, a player up on a pedestal, and universe is trying to get you to ground yourself again and see the reality of the situation. Sure, they were good looking. Yes, they were cute. Yes, they had very clever ways of talking and this and that. But it's almost like you put the pirate up on the hill. I hope that makes sense. The one who stole your heart, and I'm just sort of getting not great intentions, because the thing is, there's not one wand coming at them, right? The man, the woman on the hill, however you want to say it. There's several. That's what I mean. You put someone up on a pedestal, but you were one of many vying for their attention. So essentially, sort of what I'm getting, again, take it or leave it, you're in competition for this person's attention, and that's not worth it, right? Anyone who puts you like number 5 or number 6 or even like number 2, right? That might be a sign that, okay, maybe it's not. You deserve to be treated number 1 in a relationship, Gemini, right? If there's only 2 people, you should both be each other's number 1, right? After yourself, of course. But yeah, ditch the player. For a lot of you, it was an air sign, another Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. And I was sort of getting that about a Libra who may have already been married. This is also saying value yourself. Put yourself at the top of the food chain, right? Because you have a lot of options. But with that too, there's all these great double entendres. You have a lot of options that are below you, meaning don't stoop down to their level. Don't make yourself, it's almost like don't dumb yourself down to fit in with the riffraff. You're meant to stand up. You're above the rest, right? This is good for your empowerment. It's good for your ego. Yeah, move on from the manipulative one. For some of you, it was a Cancer, particularly a female Cancer. And a lot of you are being encouraged to move away from the one who is married. Now, some of you, it looks like you're going to be married. Again, that doesn't come out of thin air, right? A lot of you with Capricorn or Pisces energy, yeah. Your wish fulfillment. Let's do that. Tell me about the wish fulfillment. Although sometimes this is a card of being a little bit smug. Yeah, so you already know the deal with the King of Wands, and I'm not going to go terribly into it, but essentially it's saying for some of my Geminis out there, your wish fulfillment is very likely a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. The High Priestess says intuitively, without spoken word, you already know the deal there. For a lot of you, it's probably that they're married. Or, and I'm just going to say this, right? And I hesitate to even say this, but to be fair, for the Geminis that this applies to, you already know you guys are destined to be together. You already know eventually it will be the 10 of Cups, but if you're growing impatient, it's saying, well, you already know, Gemini. Is it worth waiting for? That's up to you to decide, but I mean, if your person is married, I would say no. But again, you're going to do what you want to do, and that's fine. If you've already been with this person and you envision a future with them, if they're committed and treat you well, you already know the answer. This is like confirming what you already know. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, Gemini? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please do like, share, subscribe, especially if you've made it this far. I would appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if any of this resonates. Sending you guys the best of luck with all things career, finances, and love. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.